Hi everyone, I am Dr. A. Sedubudi, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, SNS College of Technology, Coimbatore. I welcome you all in my video lecture series, the topic of scope of civil engineering. So, civil engineering is most important in the every nations. So, the civil engineering is uh, one of the most important in all the society and peoples like living in the world. So, what is the scope of civil engineering in futures, and what are the disciplines included in the civil engineering discipline? So, the picture shows the scope of civil engineering's buildings and futures. So, civil engineering is the resources of the construction of buildings and water resources and urban plannings, transportation and structural buildings like new materials and geotechnicals and environmental sustainability. So these all disciplines included in the civil engineering. These all scopes are included in the civil engineering uses. So we are using in civil engineering first the construction. We are using the natural resources of stones, bricks, and sand, like minerals. So these type of materials used in the natural resources. So nowadays the natural resources are most most of us the demand is increased, so the environmental impacts will be created due to the lack of natural resources. So how we reduce the natural resources and introduce a new type of materials, like for example we are using the bricks by manufacturing from the clay sands, but nowadays we are using the fly ashes and some other materials instead of the clay material. So these are all the most important in the new material addition in the civil engineerings. So this will be protect the natural conversions and natural resources. So these type of scopes are welcomed in the civil engineerings. For example, water resources, we are using building the dams and small ponds for using the water storage systems. So this will be constructed by the civil engineering. This is one of the discipline. And urban planning. So urban planning means the group of people living in that area is called urban. These peoples are for staying purpose, we are using the house and home buildings. In olden days, we are using individual houses, but the land area will be most covered in the many houses. But nowadays, we are alternatively using the apartment buildings. In small land area. We have hundreds of homes will be built in the same land area by the stories. So this is the new advantage, new innovation of thinking in the civil engineering scopes. And transportation, like uh, railway tracks and airports and the some other transport systems. So this will be built by the civil engineers, civil engineering works. And the structurals, nowadays we are using the uh, materials like ferrous materials, aluminum materials, and glass materials to build a new buildings, that is called structurals. These structurals buildings are used by the engineers to convert the stresses and calculate the impact of the load and the impact of the environmental forces like wind blowing, wind and rainfalls. So these are all included in the calculation of structural engineering buildings. Then materials, I already told the alternative materials we are used in the civil engineering nowadays, and geotechnicals, how to use the natural resources in minimized quantity, that is called geotechnical uses, and environmental sustainability is most important for the scope of civil engineering. So how we will preserve the environmentals in the natural types. So this included in the scope of civil engineering. So the most of the scope is how civil engineering shape our world through innovation and sustainability and cutting edge technologies. So this is civil engineering already discussed in the last video. So what are the types of constructions, buildings, structurals we are using in civil engineering? So the civil engineering nowadays, we are using alternative sources and innovations from the all type of buildings and all type of structurals. So this is the for examples of the civil engineers matters today. So first picture shows the different type of foundations in modern society we are using in the apartment buildings, and how that will be used in the foundations, and critical challenges, how to solve the critical challenges, and what are the direct impacts on lives from civil engineering. These all smart city is the direct impact of lives. So this is for examples of specializations in civil engineering. For structural engineering, they are building the bridges, no pillars, only for structurals using. Then transportation engineering, smart roads, intelligent traffic systems, and innovative urban mobility solutions. For environmental, water treatment, waste management, sustainability. So these are all the environmental side. Then geotechnical engineering, soil mechanics and foundations analysis, ensuring stable and long lasting construction. So these are all the emerging specialization in civil engineering. So these are all the main scope of the civil engineering. Thank you.